Okay, so still thinking along the lines of your training. I think one of the things that probably people would say about Coach Vince Anderson as well is that as well as being speed based and very sort of like cognitive of injuries and sort of trying to manage those injury risks, um, he's pretty technical, right? Is that fair?
Yeah,
So
extremely.
yeah, okay,
Too
yeah.
much.
So, have you found any kind of technical cues that you feel like really help you? That like just some kind of technical concept that's made something click and something that you need to think about when you run in order to like do the best that you can.
Posture. What? He'd
Okay,
be
all
like,
right. Can you elaborate a bit on that?
so he always says, what are the three most important P's?
Okay.
Posture, posture, posture. And so basically just like how you run, he teaches us how to run stepping down and not behind. So you're stepping, he always uses this great coach. I can't He's got loads of like when he's teaching, he has loads of philosophies and theories, and he always brings examples from other coaches and everything. I just don't remember because there's so many of them. But there's this one picture that he has all the time, and I think it's Carl Lewis.
Yeah.
Am I?
Okay.
Do
Yeah. Yeah.
you know them? Have you seen a picture?
Yeah. I think I know the picture you're talking about because I know
Yeah,
that
of
Coach
him.
Anderson was mentored by Coach Tom Tellez, who was Carl Lewis's
Oh
coach as well.
yes, that's
So
one of the coaches he mentions
yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
And so Coach Anderson just believes that, you step down when you're running, like stepping down with posture. You don't lean forward, you don't lean backwards, you don't run behind, you don't run in, like you just step down and it does all the work. So every time I'm running, I'm just like posture because I always get in trouble because sometimes he would be like stride, and I'm like, that's how like that's how I think you're meant to run. And
Sorry,
like
say that
that
again. What does he shout at you? You put a voice on. I
I'm
couldn't hear what you said.
I'm striding.
Oh, what I said overstriding. You're reaching too far.
No, he'll just be like I'm striding or I'm
Okay.
reaching.
Right.
And
Okay.
I never used to understand that until like this year. And I was like, oh. And like basically when I'm striding, I'm overreaching. Or I'm
Okay.
running behind me. And
Okay.
so now, like when I'm running in my head, I'm just like posture, posture, posture. And then I have like a rhythm in my head and I'm running posture. So now I think I'm running way better because before the last part of my race was the worst part of my race. Like I
Right.
would start leaning forward, I'll start kicking my butt, like when you don't have like strong core, like like I used to run like how I used to run in junior. So I'll show you an example. So I'll just be like, so I start like running like this, like that. And
For
so,
the audio listeners, you're missing out here on this demonstration.
so like he's corrected that a lot. And now I literally run upright to the end of the line. And I never thought I would be able to do that. So he's changed a lot of that for me. He's also changed my start. I use measuring tape to start. I never used to do that. I just used to use my feet. But
Right.
now I have like a measuring tape. And my start, he always talks about push, 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 push. And it's not drive, 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 drive. He literally says you push every step of the way, all the way to 100, meaning you never drive wasting time to come up and then go again. It's literally pushing the whole way through. So that's another cue that I have. But yeah, it's been working for me. I can't even lie to you. It's been going so, so good. I did a start the other day. I posted on Instagram and everyone was like, oh my
Yeah.
God, who is this person? I'm
I
like,
saw
well,
it. I saw it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, well, I'm
With the
about to kick
boys.
your asses. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, it's been good. It's been really fun.
Okay. All right. Fantastic. So, I mean, you feel like the technical changes are kind of you're noticing the benefit of them.
For sure, for sure. And the reason why I know it's also working, normally when I've run, I have like a really bad backache, especially last year, like my lower back was hurt. This
Mhm.
year I haven't had any. So I know like my posture and my I guess my posture
Mhm.
is getting better.
Okay. So as well, I mean, obviously, like health and performance are like linked, but as well as it just being like, hey, I'm making this technical change and it's just allowing me to run faster. It's like I'm making this technical change and it's helping to keep me healthier as well. Like it's avoiding some of the
Exactly.
injury issues. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, that's really interesting and obviously very, very positive as well. Like we keep banging on about it, but being able to kind of remain healthy is it's one of the biggest things. And you know.
And I feel like one
Oh,
of the biggest, I feel like people don't speak about this enough, but one of the biggest things that keeps you going is your training partners. Like,
right.
honestly, there's my training partners, there's a few that if I know I'm dying, I'll just look up to, and then I just get up and go. Like Bryce,
Hmm.
obviously,
Hmm.
400 USA World Champion, Olympic gold medalist, world gold medalist. Like, come on. So I have like people like Bryce I get to train with, even though he's in like the endurance group, like the way he trains his work ethic, like it's just like so nice to just look at. You have someone like Champion Allison,
Hmm.
10th of all time on the NCAA 400-meter time. I mean, oh, 10th all time in the world for the 400. And
Right.
he's like, yeah, and he literally trains like a beast. You have Josephus, another like he's in the sprints group, and he is always like, get up, let's go. Like he's like the motivational speaker. Like he be getting you going. And then like and then you have JB, and then you have like I have a girl called Kayla. And she's always pushing me. Before, I used to be the only girl in the sprint group, and she came, and I'll be this kind of like a little bit. Sometimes I'll take it, sometimes she'll take it. She is working
Yeah.
my ass off. Oh my God. I had it easy last year. Now I'm just like, this girl is
Okay.
killing
Yeah,
me.
she's keeping you honest.
She's keeping me going. So like having the right group, and then you have Justice, and there's like 16 of us. But like having the right group is literally so good because you want to come to training and you want to kick their asses because they kicked
Mm.
your ass last yesterday, and
Hmm.
you have like a healthy competition relationship, and you're not always competing, but like you're encouraging each other. And I think people forget that without training groups or without having training partners, training would be so long, so boring, and just not a fun environment. So I need to give kudos to my training partners.
Yeah, I think that's a really kind of important point. I always think that kind of depending on the type of the goal of the session, I feel like, you know, sometimes if you're trying to run and the rep that you're doing is just purely to focus on technique, then there's advantages in doing that by
Exactly.
yourself, so you're not caught up racing or whatever. But you know, if there's something where you're really kind of like trying to develop your endurance or whatever it might be, like either having somebody just in front of you chasing or somebody just behind you that you know is chasing you, then I think that, you know, that adds like a huge kind of motivational aspect to it. And I know that you've just mentioned like some of the people that are in your group now, but I know that, you know, there's been some big moves to Coach Anderson kind of in the off season. So yeah, very excited to see kind of how that
Yes.
all pans out in 2024 for you all.
Yeah, I can't wait. And we have like Nicole, yeah, again, a fellow Brit. So it's really
Yeah.
nice to like be with a Brit, and like I get to go overseas with her and stuff like that. So that'll be that'll be nice.
Yeah. All right. Fantastic. Um, so thinking about kind of life away from the track and sort of like recovery, making sure that you're able to kind of, like you said, push yourself to your limits in training. How closely are you kind of monitoring things like sleep and nutrition? Do you have any strategies that you use kind of with those and other recovery strategies to make sure that you're able to, you know, work hard every time that you do go to training?
So I can sleep anywhere, anytime. Like
You're
I
one of the
have
lucky
no
ones.
issues. Yeah, I have no issues with sleep. I can sleep for like 16 hours, wake up, eat, have a shower, go back to sleep. I have no trouble sleeping. Like I sleep before the plane takes off, and just as the plane lands, I wake up. I love sleeping. Like sleeping is one of my best things.
Did you sleep on the flight from Houston to Florida?
I did the whole flight.
Okay, and that's what, like two
I don't
hours,
even
two and a half
know.
hours? You don't even know you
I
slept the whole
couldn't.
time.
I couldn't even tell you. For hours, it's gone. I had my headphones in, and I knew I was deep into sleep because I kept catching myself, my mouth open. I was like,
Okay, all right.
so I have no problem with sleeping. With nutrition, I'm pretty good. I'm a snacky person, so I like to have snacks here and there. I love fruit, so I usually would snack on like dry fruits. But recently, my training partners, Kayla and Deshay, they're always eating like pretzels, like the dry ones. I guess the brand is called Dots, and they're
Okay.
always yeah, they always bring it to training. So I had a taste the other day, and I was like, "Oh, this is
Mhm.
good." So I went and bought like 2 packs, and I'm about to bring some to train myself. And I like cornbread. Like I can eat a whole tray of cornbread on its own. But
Okay.
you know, I'm
All
good with
right,
my
so
nutrition
fruit,
apart from
pretzels,
that.
cornbread, they're the hacks.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, fantastic, cool. Well, I mean, yeah, it's just, you know, like different things work for different people in nutrition, and I think like not being stressed out about it, I think that's quite an important thing. So I think it's like with, you know, you can stress about recovery, and then the fact that you're stressing about it, that sort of like undoes any kind of positive benefits that the recovery may bring. So the fact that you're kind of clearly sort of like quite relaxed about it and sort of like joking about it, then you know, I think that that's helpful in itself. Um, I've got one more question for you, Annie. All right, so this is a question I ask everybody. So, um, do you have? Let's start with your least favorite, because then we can come back to something positive afterwards. But a least favorite track session. So you rock up to the track, you look at the piece of paper, and Coach Anderson says, "This is what we're doing today," and you hate it. What would be the worst thing that he could
I
possibly
don't
give you?
mind running. I hate gym.
Okay,
Yeah. I don't like gym. That's my least favorite.
okay. Is there anything in particular in the gym that
I
you hate
hate
the most?
cleans.
Oh, do
I hate
you?
snatches. I hate deadlifts. I hate those three exercises. I hate front squat the most.
Okay, so that's four exercise. Is there anything in the gym that you do like? Is there anything like where it comes to an exercise in the gym where you're like, yeah,
I like jumps, box jumps.
okay, all right. So okay, so it's basically like sort of like the barbell stuff that you're not keen on. Is that fair?
Yeah, I don't
Is
like it,
there a
but
reason that you don't like it, or you just don't enjoy it?
I just don't enjoy it. I lift heavy in them. Like I
Yeah.
have really good PBs. Don't get me wrong. Like my clean is 85 kg.
Okay.
My snatch is like I recently PB'd with 57 kg. Front squats, I don't know, I don't care for that. But my deadlift, I can lift 107, 150 in deadlift kg.
Wow. Is that with the straight
Yes,
bar or trap bar?
trap bar.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So I can lift, I just don't enjoy it.
Okay.
But of course, I do whatever I'm told to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And then
So,
my favorite,
sorry, just sorry to cut you off real quick. So, but with a track session, there's no track session where coach is going to give you that, and you're going to be like, "Nah, I don't want to do this." Not as in you're actually going to say to him, "No, I'm not doing it." But
oh,
in your
actually, there
mind,
is
you're
a track.
thinking, "I do not want to do this."
Yes, there is one track thing. So it's like 150s, right?
Hmm.
But you start off, so with the first time we did on the track, you start off very, very, it's almost as if you're walking kind of pace,
Right.
super slow. And then you get to like a segment he's marked on the track, and then you kind of like start building your speed and going and going and going. I don't like that session.
Okay. All right. So it's not that you don't like it necessarily because it's like horrible lactic, horrible kind of fatigue or anything like that. You
Um,
just don't like it because it's the actual the feeling of
it
the
takes a
run,
lot
like the
out of you.
okay, okay,
Going from super slow to then I don't like
okay.
that.
Yeah, all right,
And then
that's
my
interesting.
favorite,
Yeah, go on.
I
Yeah, hit
used
me up
to
with your
hate
favorite.
I used to like hate long runs, but I love long runs now. So I enjoy any long runs. I
So when
enjoy
you say
like
long run, like what are we talking about? How far is long? What do
so
you
like
mean
the
by that?
250s, like
Okay.
we'll have like four, even though I was always dying, but we had like three 250s and a 200 to finish off. I never finish a 200. I normally have like a 150 because like the 200 will street. But I actually enjoy it because I get to see like my times going down and like how I run the segment and everything. So isn't I enjoyed that. And I enjoy Max V's as well.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So what you said that you didn't used to like them, but you like them now. What do you feel like kind of changed that? What made you what switched to make you enjoy those long runs now? Do you know?
Um, I think because I know that's what gets you stronger and that's what gets you better. And I think once I stop associating those long runs with like fear and pain, I was able to do so much better than I used to before. So before I would get scared before running, I'd be like the night before, oh my god, I'm dying. See, look, long runs is killing me.
Yeah, yeah, you're just thinking about it. It's a traumatic experience. I could see that.
So the night before, I would like be so petrified of the session. I'd be like, oh my gosh, how am I gonna run it? I don't want to die here. So I used to just think about it. Now I'm just like, okay, I have like 250s, fine, because I'm gonna do it. And then, like I said, I have like now I'm not running on my own. I have like the girls with me, so it's made it even more easier. And everyone's so encouraging. Everyone's like, get up! You lie down on the track for like 10 seconds, and you have like 10 people around you. Get up, get up, get up! Like you're in a camp. But no, it's good. It's good, and everyone's running well, so you always want to do well as well.
Okay, and is it reasonable to say that kind of in your current situation, so the session that you mentioned, you might have 250, 250, 150. So you kind of got, when we're talking about long runs, you're talking like 2-3 reps of them.
No, we
Where
don't have to. We have like four,
oh,
four or
okay,
five.
all right. So what I was going to say was, in the past, if you had long runs, would you have like more reps of them than you do
Oh
now?
my God.
And maybe
We
that
used
makes
to,
it
I'll never forget a session I used to have with my old coach. I had a 400, a
right.
300, a 200, a 100. And I think it was like 6 minutes between. Come back, a 400, a 300, a 200. Guys, I never made it to the
Right.
200.
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't even make it to the second. Yeah.
So like the long reps that you're doing now is maybe more manageable than the long reps than maybe you've done in the past. Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, all right. So, and I feel like I can see how that would make you less kind of, for lack of a better term, less scared, less fearful, less
Yeah.
anxious about them the night before, like you were saying, if you kind of know that it's sort of like in a manageable dose.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. All right. Annie, I just want to finish off by saying thank you so much. I know you're a jet setter, so I know you're busy and like being able to squeeze me in here for this interview. So I really appreciate it. Um, the date today is the 16th of December, so we're like heading right into Christmas. So I just want to make sure that I wish you like a happy holiday season, happy new year, and all the
Oh,
best for 2024. And indoors just round the corner. So
I'm
yeah.
gonna see you there. I'm seeing the first indoors in Houston. I know that.
Yeah, if I'll see if I feel like it, but I might show my
What do
social
you
from.
mean? You better be there. I need my little cheerleaders. Go, Annie, go.
There you
Go,
go. I don't
Annie,
know.
go.
Like, hey, I'm only one person. That would be your cheerleader, singular. Definitely no
It's thinking
plurals.
of.
Singular.
Yeah.
All right, Ali. Well, again, thank you so much. Enjoy the holiday season and a happy new year. And I wish
Thank
you
you.
as much
Happy.
success in 2024 as you had in 2023. All right.
Thank you. Better success. And Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you too.
Thank you.